Hi, I'm Dave Balkan. I'm the CEO of Balkan Sewer Water Main Service here in New York. Now, most of you folks out there probably don't know what a packing nut is. However, most problems that you will ever have with a valve will involve the packing nut. So I'm going to give you a 4-point explanation. This is a packing nut right here, and what this nut does is, inside there's packing material or a gasket, and that acts as a barrier so the stem of your valve, this is the stem, doesn't leak with the body of your valve. Now typically you're going to have two problems. One, the handle is super tight and you can't turn it, and the simple reason is your packing nut is too tight. So you just take a wrench, this is loose, you turn it a half a turn, and that will loosen up your handle. A lot of people break their valve because they don't know. They break the stem, they use undue force. Don't ever do that because they just had to loosen up their packing nut. Now other times you'll have a little drip out of a valve and you think you need to call a plumber and you think you need to spend money and you don't know what to do, and it's the reverse. Just tighten your packing nut, tighten it a half of a turn, all right? Now whenever you work on a packing nut, make sure the valve is closed, not open, because believe it or not, when a valve is closed, a packing nut will stop leaking. It won't leak. As an example, this valve right here, which I completely disassembled, and the packing is exposed inside here, is pressurized. It has full water, and it's not leaking. And I'm not gonna blast water all over the place, but just to show you, yes, it's live. So even without any of the components on, it won't leak as long as your valve is closed. So that's like a third point to remember. Now, lastly, if you do tighten your packing nut, and don't over tighten it, whenever you tighten something, you have to hold back, otherwise your plumbing will twist, so always use 2 wrenches. There's yet another good tip for you. You don't want something snapping off. If your packing nut is still leaking, there's different types of packing material. Here's a sample of what we use. When this gets wet and gets compressed, it also becomes watertight. So with the valve disassembled like this, if the packing was leaking after you tried to tighten it, never over tighten it, it's super simple. You just wrap it around, maybe a turn and a half, no matter what kind of material you're using, right? Then you have a component that pushes the packing in place, right? Then you have the packing nut itself that you would screw down on the valve, and you don't have to go crazy. Do it by hand, right? And then maybe with the wrench, you do about another half a turn, and that'll stop your valve from leaking without having to call a plumber. And the components, the packing material just is so inexpensive. Just remember to keep your valve closed, and then you can put the rest of your valve together. Put your handle back on, put it back together again, right? What'd that take? 5 minutes? And then you cured a leaking valve without having to pay a plumber whatever they get for a service charge and do a repair, maybe a few $100, depends where you live. And there's your 4 or 5 point video about a packing nut and all the different things that can happen to a packing nut and how to help you out if you have a problem out there. Thanks for listening.